everyone, it is Tuesday and we're gearing up for more rain, mountain snow, wind all in the forecast. It comes on the heels of a foreshadowing morning because we saw some light sprinkles come through. In some cases they were a little more than light, and they took place overnight from Monday night all the way now through our Tuesday morning. Tapering off for the most part. We're expecting the afternoon to include partly cloudy conditions, but not before bringing us 0.2 of an inch in Julian. Vista saw nearly 0.2. Escondido over 1/10. Poway, Kearney Mesa, they were what most spots saw, about 1/10 of an inch or less of accumulating rain. So Julian, Vista, Escondido are more so the outliers, but what the majority of us are waking up to this morning is wet roads out there, mostly cloudy skies, and then those light sporadic showers, not really able to pin them down directly. Let's take a look at your watches, warnings, and advisories as we gear up for our next round of wet weather. That's going to be all as a trough of low pressure sinks down into our region. We'll look at that trough in just a second, but I want to point out that along the coastline and inland, we've got that wind advisory that takes effect at midnight. It lasts through 6 p.m. Wind is going to be kind of the precursor to a lot of that rain and mountain snow, especially across the mountains and deserts where that high wind warning takes effect at 2 p.m. ahead of all of the wet weather. Across the mountaintops, the pink on the screen there, that is your winter storm warning. Another 1 to 2 feet of accumulating snow possible up at Palomar Mountain and at Mount Laguna. Pine Valley, Julian, Alpine could absolutely still see some accumulating snow at times. It really depends on how the storm pans out, but it looks like this is going to drop our snow levels down to about 2,500 feet. Pretty low for us, not quite as low as the last storm, but up around San Bernardino County, we're looking at snow levels dropping down to about 1,500 feet. So much more menacing out there in terms of that low elevation snow that's possible. Here's the trough of low pressure that sinks down and then moves off to the east of us, snow above about 3,500 feet. Notice that after this storm passes through, between now and Monday of next week, we're picking up on zonal flow. Zonal flow is going to be those lines all parallel to each other. You can see how we're not seeing any major ridge of high pressure build. We're not seeing any major trough of low pressure sink down into our region. So sure, we'll be close by to some showers that'll be affecting Northern California, but for the majority of San Diego County, we're going to be dealing with dry weather from about Thursday all the way through about at least the beginning of next week, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Keep in mind, with zonal flow, with a lack of any high pressure building, we're not going to see those skies clear tremendously. We're not going to see temperatures warm up dramatically. We're instead going to stick with the status quo, which is upper 50s as your afternoon highs and partly cloudy conditions into the afternoon as well. Timing out the storms between now and the end of the day, they're going to be light, sporadic, and it looks like even along the coast and inland we will dry out quite a bit, with most of that activity taking place over the mountains. What we're gearing up for is what happens overnight. Let's pause this at about 2:30 a.m. You see how that first wave passes through along the coast and inland, yellow and orange indicating moderate to heavy rain in the forecast. And then we'll start to see that snow level drop steadily throughout the morning and afternoon. So this is what we have by 2:30 a.m. A lot of people are going to be fast asleep, but for that morning commute, we've got that next wave that's going to be coming on shore. 5 a.m. or so, you start to see that more heavy rain move into the forecast from the north. That'll continue through about 11 a.m. or so. And that's where that snow level is down to 2,500, maybe even 2,000 feet. You got it all the way across our San Diego County mountains, stretching all the way up through Riverside, San Bernardino County. So when we see this wet weather taper off, we're actually going to be in store for a partially dry afternoon. It looks like by the time we get to about 2-3 p.m. or so, we can expect those snow flurries and snow showers to continue over the mountaintops, but along the coast and inland, we could even see those clouds part a bit and get a little bit of sunshine in the mix. Keep in mind, wind is going to be the threat through all of this, because even through these PM hours of Wednesday, we're still expecting gusts to be pretty significant. Along the coast and inland, we're expecting gusts to reach 30 to 40 miles per hour. Mountains and deserts, 60 to 70 miles per hour. It's going to be very windy out there. So keep this in mind as we head through your Wednesday. By 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday into early Thursday, we are back to dry and clear skies. Thursday looks beautiful as we kick off the day. You're going to be snapping some photos of that fresh snow on the ground as we wake up Thursday morning. You can always use the CBS 8 app to send in your photos and videos. We love to include them on the air, especially during those severe weather days where you are our eyes and ears across the county. Let's take a look at what we have as far as your totals go. Now, snow totals have inched up steadily. Inch by inch, really. We originally forecasted about 8 to 12 inches of snow. That moved up to 16 overnight. And now as we head closer and closer to this wind, rain, mountain snow event, we see the possibility of up to 2 feet of snow at Palomar Mountain and Mount Laguna. Again, this is above about 5,000 to 5,500 feet, which includes your higher elevations of San Diego County. Julian's going to pick up on some snow. 6 to 8 inches is what we're expecting. Again, Pine Valley, Alpine are spots we will keep an eye on closely for more snow as well. Forecast highs today are staying cooler than average. Very similar to yesterday. 50s for the most part. 55 for Oceanside down through Carlsbad. 53 for Poway and 50 for Ramona. Don't rush out to the mountains. There is no need. We will have that snow sticking around for the foreseeable future, especially with the already, in some cases, 2.5 feet of snow that's on the ground. If you add another 2 feet to that, well, you're looking at steady snow conditions out there through the weekend. Now, keep in mind, we are going to get a small warming trend on the way. So tomorrow's still cold out there, and in many cases colder than today. But it looks like as we go into the weekend, we'll see some sunshine for Thursday, Friday. Clouds will start to rebuild, but temperatures don't move around dramatically. Conditions don't shift dramatically, or at least for that long of a time. So we'll be holding on to the status quo. Like I said, Saturday, Sunday, upper 50s, low 60s out there, partly cloudy conditions, at least a dry weekend ahead, as opposed to the wet skies that we have for today and tomorrow. All that wet weather tapers off after Wednesday. Into Thursday, we are back to that dry stretch. It'll give the ground some time to evaporate a lot of that water. We'll also see that that flooding risk reduces after Wednesday. Snow levels, I mean, they're looking really beautiful for this storm. So mountains are expecting temperatures to peak in the 30s. They'll get a decent warm up. So notice that temperatures across the mountains are going to climb to the low 50s by Saturday. This will definitely induce some more snow melts. So keep this in mind. But we do expect, at least through this upcoming weekend, that most of that snow is going to stick. Across the deserts, we go from the mid-50s tomorrow all the way through about the low 70s by the weekend. That'll help warm things up dramatically if you're making travel plans over the deserts. And keep in mind, again, wind is going to be felt throughout all of this. You may not see it, but you will feel it if you're spending time out there, especially across East County toward the mountaintops. And East County has been one of the spots that's been hit pretty hard this morning with rain, as well as the precursor to this more widespread, impactful storm that will come from tonight, Tuesday night, all the way through your Wednesday. Join us tomorrow morning on CBS 8. We'll start our coverage at 4:30 a.m. You can join us from 4:30 to 7 on CBS 8. You can join us from 7 to 9 on the CW, or you can always join us on your CBS 8 app, and that's where you can get the latest on this incoming winter storm. Have a great day.